Peace, divinities, and blessings to the Gohan fam. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sunrise Yoga. I am your leading yogi, Divine Destini, and today we are going to be focusing on our legs. So grab your mat, grab your water, and let's get to it. We're going to start today's practice at the top of our mats. We're going to do some sun salutations to begin our flow. So inhale, sending your arms high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, dropping all the way down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, elongating that spine. Exhale, drop your hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back for a lunge. Open up in that chest. Exhale, send that left leg back into a plank position. Drop down, first chaturanga. You may modify this by bending your legs if you need to. Inhale, find some movement in your hip space. Exhale, downward dog. Find some movement in this downward dog. Inhale, right foot up for a forward lunge, opening up in that chest and those hips. Bring your left foot to your right. Bend those knees. Inhale, root to rise. That was one. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift your hands high to the sky. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop your hands down to the ground. Left foot back this time. Breathe into this lunge. Exhale, release down to a plank, chaturanga. Exhale, downward dog. Bring that left foot up for a lunge. Inhale, bring that right foot up. Bend those knees, root to rise. Last time, inhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Dropping those hands to the ground, stepping back with both legs this time into a plank, dropping down chaturanga. Exhale, downward dog. Bring your feet to your hands. This time, keeping yourself down to the ground, forward fold, straight legs. Inhale, breathe into this space. You're going to bring your hands together behind your back, sending your palms high to the sky. If you need to bend your knees here, you can. Exhale, release your hands back down, bend those knees, and connect your hands and your elbows in front of you, bringing your chest closer to your knees. You might find some movement here from right to left. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up, feeling each vertebrae of the spine. Roll your shoulders back at the top. Mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale to release and shake out your arms. Inhale, step that right foot back, bringing your arms high to the sky. Warrior one, bend in that front knee. Exhale, point your right toes to the outer edges of your mat and drop your arms down to your shoulders. Warrior two. Inhale, you're going to drop your hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale, you're going to peel your right hand up high to the sky, looking past your fingertips. If this is a good stretch for you, you can stay here. If you'd like to deepen your practice today, you're going to take your left hand and bend it behind your knee. And you're going to take your right hand and bend it behind your back to meet you, opening up in that chest piece. Deep inhales. Slow exhales. On your next exhale, releasing your hands to the ground. You're going to shift that back foot inside, making yourself into a high lunge. You're going to shift your front foot to the outward edge of your mat, dropping that back knee down, uncurling your toes. Make sure your toes are pointed outward, and when you're ready, dropping yourself down to your elbows, lizard pose. Make sure you're breathing into this hip space. Inhale, bring your hands back to the mat. You're going to shift your front foot over to the inward edge of your mat. You're going to drop your knee down, square off your hips, and then find yourself in a pigeon pose, bringing yourself down to your elbows or your chest, to your forehead, whichever feels good to you. Deep inhales. Slow exhales. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath. You're going to bring yourself up to your hands. You're going to unbind your knee and send yourself to a downward facing dog. Stretching out those legs. Inhale, send that right leg high to the sky. You're going to bend that knee, opening up those hips. You might find some circles here with your knee drawing circles in the sky. Send that left leg high to the sky one more time. And you're going to bend it behind you, stepping behind you onto the floor. Inhaling, lifting that left arm up, opening up in that chest. Wild thing pose. Deep inhale. On your next exhale, you're going to bring yourself back into a downward facing dog. You're going to step forward with that right foot, lunging once again, opening up in that chest. Step up with that right foot, bend those knees, inhale, roots arise. We're moving in the same sequence to the other side. Inhale, stepping back with that left foot this time. Warrior one, bending in that front knee, sinking in those hips. Exhale, you're going to send your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. You're going to drop your shoulders down, bringing your hands shoulder height, deepening that stretch by bending in that front knee. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to drop your hands down to the mat, shifting that leg forward. And you're going to move your right leg to the outer edges, dropping your knee, curling those toes, and then dropping yourself down to your elbows for your lizard pose. Bring yourself up to your hands. Shift your toes to the inward edges of your mat. Drop your knee down. Square off those hips. And sink down to the floor. As far as is comfortable for you. Deep inhales. Slow exhales. You're doing great. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath. Bring yourself back up to your hands. You're going to unbind your knee and send yourself to a downward facing dog. From here, you're going to send your right leg to the front with both legs straight, putting your hands to the inside of your legs. Inhale, peel that left arm up high to the sky, looking past those fingertips. If this is a good stretch for you, you can stay here. If you'd like to deepen your practice today, send that left hand behind your back. Send that right hand under your legs, connecting your hands behind you. Deep inhale, opening up in that chest. You're going to exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Shift your weight forward and step back into a downward facing dog. Send your right leg high to the sky this time. Bending your knee, opening up in that hip space. If it's comfortable, you might draw some circles with your knee here. Send that right leg high one more time. Bending it backwards. Finding stability in your feet. Inhale, right arm up. Wild thin toes, opening up in that chest. Exhale, bring it back, downward dog. Once again. Bring your right foot up in a lunge, opening up in that chest. Bring your left foot up. Bend your knees. Inhale, root to rise. Remaining at the top of your mat. You're going to inhale, bring your feet hip-width distance apart. Exhale, drop yourself down, yogi squat. Giving gratitude for this moment, for the space and the energy you're creating within your body. Two more rounds of breath here. You're going to drop all the way down. Sending your feet out in front of you, straight, flexing your feet, sitting tall, Tadasana. Inhale here. So on your exhale, hinge at the hips, leaning forward toward your feet, grabbing your toes or your ankles or your shins. Making sure your spine is elongated. Exhale, release, bringing yourself straight up. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what we're doing here. You're going to bend your right knee in front of you, and then you're going to bend your left leg and send it over. So you should be doing cow face pose. Inhale, sending love to those hips. If this is a good stretch for you, you can stay here. If you'd like to deepen your pose, you're going to send your right hand behind your back. over your head, behind your back, and sending your left hand under and behind your back, trying to connect your fingertips if possible. Inhale, you're going to hinge at the hips forward, just a little, just as comfortable as for you. Breathing expansive energy into that hip space. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Straighten yourself back up and then gently unbind your legs. We're going to switch, sending our left leg under our right this time. Your hips should be square and touching the floor. Deep inhale, breathe into this hip space. Sending that left arm up high and behind you this time, connecting with the right at the bottom. Exhale, hinging at the hips, leaning forward. Listening to your body. Breathing into that hip space. We're here for 3 more rounds of breath. Exhale, releasing your hands down to the ground, gently unbinding your legs, bringing your feet together for a butterfly pose, elongating that spine, using your elbows to push on your knees, leaning forward if it's comfortable for you. Deep inhales. Slow exhales. Bringing yourself back to a straight up position. You're going to find yourself on your back. Sending your legs and your arms out wide. Inhaling expansion, inhaling mindfulness, inhaling peace. Exhaling anything you have to do after this practice, anything that may have come up before this practice. Just give yourself a few moments to just be here. Don't forget to connect with your breathing. wiggle those fingers and toes, bringing yourself back to this present moment. Very gently bringing yourself up to a seated position. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, for giving yourself time, energy, and space to expand and grow mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I appreciate you. I am grateful for you. If you would like to tune in with me on Instagram, you can follow me at Divine_Destiny. If you haven't already tapped in with Go Ham Radio, make sure you tune in. GoHamRadio.com. Stay divine. Namaste.